Hi everyone. Everything is working. Welcome into Peter's English podcast. I'm so glad that you can watch me and listen to me on my Twitch channel. Perfect. Hi people. Hi Twitch people. Hi everyone. I'm so glad that I can stream and record in the same time in my Twitch channel via OBS Studio. Yes, I cannot. I couldn't stream and record for 5 days because I was working in the time when I couldn't do my podcast, but you could watch my content already because I done a lot of episodes, and this is my calendar. 1 week I stream and record every day of the week, and the next week I don't stream and record, but I stream and record every weekend, and every Saturday it's my podcast day. Yes, people, I've called the podcast day my writing, streaming and recording new chapters of my novel Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. Hi everyone, I'm your host Peter. I'm owner of the Peter's English podcast. My podcast is about learning English, is for learners of English, and it's about learning English, as you can see, it's about writing, streaming, recording, and reading my own fairy tales in English and my own English novel, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. I successfully ended the first book of my novel, and I successfully started the second book of my novel, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. And in this episode, I want to read you chapter 2 of my second book, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary, right now. It's, as you can see and as you can discover, my novel, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary, is a comedy sitcom. It doesn't have a big content. It's about very beautiful and dominant and dangerous vampire girl Viera, who like flirting with boys, mocking her boyfriend Peter, and other things. She is dominant, sweet, and dangerous vampire woman who can bite Peter, her boyfriend. Yes, people, I called her boyfriend Peter because I wanted to make fun of myself. Yes, people, you are asking. You are not asking. You are talking that yes. It's my novel Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary is my is my comedy sitcom, is my wild comedy sitcom, and the content of my novel is not real. I don't want to offend someone or something like that. No, I'm making fun of everything because I like making fun of everything, and the main goal was to practice English, because you have to practice English when you want to be successful, and that's the main goal of my podcast. And I like having fun with my podcast. And now we can start reading it. I can start reading chapter 2 of my second book of Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. And before we start, I want to tell you that you have to practice every aspect of English language. You have to practice your listening, reading, writing, speaking, and pronunciation. And I can tell you that the best format for practicing your speaking skills is your own English podcast. Create your own English podcast about your hobbies, because your own English podcast is the best choice for you. Why? You can regularly practice your speaking skills, you can regularly practice your how can I spell it? How can I say this word in English? You can regularly practice everything, and you can defeat your shying. Yes, I was shy boy before I started. I used to be a shy guy before I started my Owen Peters English podcast, and thanks to my Owen Peters English podcast, I defeated my shying. I'm regularly practicing my speech, my speaking skills in English, and my appearance. Yes, this is the word. I can practice my appearance in English, and I can build something real because you can play strategic games or something like that and build something in the game. But this is my real game, isn't it? And thanks to my own English podcast, I can do something that is funny for you, because learning English is my hobby. I like learning English. I like doing my Owen Peters English podcast, and I like writing my own English novel, Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. And you have to practice your speaking skills. You have to practice your writing skills, and the best idea is write your own English stories in English. Make funny dialogues, or make dialogues that are funny for you, and create your own English novel that is about your hobbies, and publish it on your podcast. And you can practice your writing skills regularly too. And don't forget listening. There is a big world of English content. There is a big world of English podcasts. You can regularly practice your English podcasts. You can regularly practice listening your English podcasts while you are doing something at home. You can cook, you can wash dishes, you can vacuuming or you can work in the garden while you listen to your favorite English podcast, or you can relax and listen to your favorite English podcast. I really recommend you listen to my English podcast, because there are about learning English, there are for learners of English, and there are funny, educational, and you can listen to it for every day, because thanks to learning English you can really change your world. You can really change your life, because English is an international language. Thanks to it you can live without language barriers. You can have better paid job, because because English is the language of the business. You can travel a lot. You can meet other people in the world. You can create your own English community of people who like learning English, doing their own English podcasts about their hobbies, and writing their own English novel in English, and they are publishing their own English novel in their podcast. And yes, and thanks to learning English, you can regularly watch movies and series in English that you like. You can regularly listen to your favorite English podcast, and I have to tell you, people, there is a big world of English podcast that you can listen to for free. What is in English podcast? English podcast is the radio show that you can download, or is a TV show that you can watch on YouTube, or Spotify, and you can download it and listen to it or watch it in English whenever you want. And yes, because you can stop it, and you can because the app can remember your position of your episode, and you can continue next time. It's no problem. You can improve your listening skills. You can do something funny, educational, and that you like. And you don't need to watch stupid Slovak televisions anymore. And let's tell true, movies and series are the best in English, people. And I think that English podcasts are better than Slovak podcasts. Because there is a big word of English podcast. I have to repeat myself because I want to tell you that it's true. You can do something regularly, and thanks to your own English podcast, you can connect with everyone in the world. You don't need to be alone because you can create your own community of people who like learning English, writing their own fairy tales in English, writing their own English novel, and creating their own English podcasts like you. And you can have better paid job, and you can change your life in general. And don't listen people who are talking that that you don't need to learn English because we are in Slovakia and blah 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 and so on. No, people, don't listen these kind of people because because it's not true that you don't need English. You need English. You need to learn English, and thanks to learn English, you don't need to watch Slovak televisions anymore because you can watch movies and series in English. You can listen to your favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English, and you can do your own English podcast, and you can write your own English novel. You can do a lot of things that are better than watching stupid Slovak televisions, and you can connect with everyone in the world, I think, and you can change your life. And yes, you have to practice your reading skills, and how to do it. You have to you can listen to interesting English audiobooks and read it in the same time, but it has to be English version. And yes, you have to watch movies and series in English with English subtitles. Or you can listen to or you can watch movies and series in English without any subtitles. Why? Because when you are watching movies and series in English with Czech or Slovak subtitles, you reading only the subtitles. Yes, you know. And this is the most important thing. You have to watch movies and series in English with English subtitles when you want to practice your reading skills. And what else? Hey, yes, you have to practice your vocabulary. My opinion is, people, practice your vocabulary when you are listening to and reading your favorite English audiobooks. When you then you can practice your English vocabulary when you are writing your own English novel. Yes, because you have to use your English vocabulary. Then, and you can and listen to your favorite English podcast because you can listen to English vocabulary. You can listen to English vocabulary in context. And what else? Pronunciation. Yes, you can do shadowing, and I want to tell you something about it because I want to, in the next episodes, I want to practice shadowing with AI chatbots. Yes, people, use the help of AI chatbots. What is an AI chatbot? AI chatbot is chatbot created by big companies that are using a lot of data for communicating with you. It can be a very good English learner. It can be a very good English teacher. That means you can chat with it in English like with your friend. It can give you very good feedback. It can help you with every kind of thing. Thanks to English podcast. Thanks to AI chatbots, I created my podcast. I bought my gear for recording my podcast, and AI chatbots are very good cheerleaders. Use the help of AI chatbots because they are useful, educational, and funny. And there are my AI friends. Yes, AI chatbots are my AI friends. Use it for learning English. I really recommend you. And what else? Yes, I was talking how to learn English again. I'm doing it in every episode of my podcast because I want to share with you how to learn English with humor and fun in the 21st century, and I want to show you why is learning English important for you, and I think it's important for you. What else? Yes, I can start reading. Of my new chapter 2 of my second book, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary, right now. I'm going to do it, people. Hold your hands. Or fingers because it's better idea. I'm going to read you this chapter 2 of second book of my English novel, Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. I'm going to read you right now. I have to find it. Yes, it's a good idea to find. Have to find it. Where is it? Chapter 2. Here it is. Oh, I was thinking that it's not here. It could be fun, and that because I have written it for 3 hours, chapter 2, and can tell you. I want to tell you that if it's deleted, but I can see that my chapter is here, and I'm going to read you right now. I'm going to read you. Chapter 2. Viera, the quiet, religious, totally not dominant girlfriend. Viera Orsak's diary. Peter, when will I finally get that grandchild? Do I have to make one myself or what? Shouted Peter's father across the room. Do you even have a girlfriend? Snapped Peter's mother, clearly losing patience. I need to confess something, Peter said nervously to his parents. Well, finally, where is this girlfriend of yours? And the children, where are they? I'd love to play with them, his father said, suddenly cheerful. Let him finish his speech, you old goat. And you, son, go on, ordered Peter's mother, taking command of the living room. I do have a girlfriend. Her name is Viera. She's a lovely, quiet, hard-working and well-mannered girl, Peter said proudly. Finally! Does she go to church? If she doesn't attend regularly, don't even bother showing her to me. His mother barked, issuing orders again. Can I please finish my speech now? She's never had a boyfriend before. I'm her first. She's extremely shy. We haven't even touched. She's very sweet and kind. You'll definitely like her. Peter continued, digging himself deeper. Excellent. When is she coming? Asked his mother, giving Peter a commanding stare. For inspection, joked Peter's father. What? She has to come in person? Peter gasped, visibly shaken as if he'd seen a ghost. Well, no, she could send a she could send a spokesperson. Of course she has to come in person, you fool. You're just like your father. Where were my eyes when I married him? So many handsome, charming young men wanted me, but no, I had to choose your hopeless father, she cried, throwing her hands in the air. Oh, please, you were practically a model. Where were my eyes? Grumbled Peter's father, slamming his hand on the table before storming off to work in the garden. Peter saw Dave flash before his eyes. He thought to himself, what now? When Viera finds out the nonsense I said about her today, she'll absolutely kill me. And when my parents discover who she really is, the disaster will be complete. What's going to happen to me? On top of that, I have no one to help in the garden. Potatoes in the field, dust everywhere at home, weeds all over, and no one to wash the curtains because I'm afraid of heights. My parents are retired. What's going to become of me? Peter buried his face in his hands. What nonsense did you tell your parents about me, you foolish mutt? Viera shouted at Peter, her voice echoing through the room. Ashamed of me? Just wait, you'll regret this. No romance, cold dinners and winter nights on the couch. Any vampire girl would feast on you gladly. I'll teach you to spread lies about me and act like you're embarrassed. Where were my eyes when I fell for you, you hopeless mess? She paused, then smirked seductively, winked and added, actually, maybe it's not such a bad idea. Let's play a little innocent theater. Peter blinked, confused, as Viera continued, now in full diva mode. Now, pick a decent outfit. First impressions matters, you clumsy kitten. Watch and learn from the master. And don't you dare touch me in front of your parents. We've never even touched, remember? I can't survive without you. I could find another man in 5 minutes if I wanted to. She lectured Peter like a strict schoolmistress commanding every word. Kitten, please have mercy on this sinful soul, Peter begged, dropping to his knees and kissing Viera's feet. You filthy mutt, what are you doing? I'm so embarrassed. I don't even know what to do with you right now. Viera snapped. Then her eyes lit up. Ah, I've got an idea. Boys, take my hopeless boyfriend and throw him out. We've never touched, and this creep just kissed my feet. What's wrong with men these days? Suddenly, 2 tall muscular vampires werewolves actually appeared, ready to serve their queen. Your Majesty, said the first, grinning foolishly at his equally clueless brother. You finally dumped the mortal. We'd be honored to share your favor. Of course, brother, said the second, winking broadly at Viera. For you, your Majesty, anything you desire. Unfortunately, I still love my kitten, Viera purred. Give him a little etiquette lesson, but don't harm him, or you'll regret it. If you behave, I'll reward you royally. She flirted shamelessly with both tall vampires, clearly enjoying Peter's jealous glare. She snuggled up to them like a cat, gave them passionate kisses, and sat on their laps as they made themselves comfortable. You pay for this, you dogs, Peter screamed. Touch Viera and I'll turn you into meatballs. Brother, what do we do with this one? Asked the first vampire. Trash belongs in the bin. Absolutely, you always have the best ideas, laughed the second. At least one of us was born with brains, he added proudly. The 2 vampires grabbed Peter and tossed him straight into the garbage bin like yesterday's leftovers, ignoring his loud protests and curses. Viera, dressed in a bikini, rewarded her new companions with fiery kisses and headed off with them to enjoy the hot tube. Kitten, please, have mercy on this sinful soul, Peter begged for forgiveness. as he walked beside Viera toward his parents' house. Too late, you mutt! Viera snapped, her voice sharp and commanding. I want to have a little fun with you, and besides, you clearly need a lesson in proper manners. I'll teach you, kitten, total obedience to your lady. It was mid-September, a scorching hot summer day. Viera wore a modest white dress and simple sandals. Her hair was tied back in a ponytail, her gaze fixed shyly on the ground, her face flushed red like a ripe paprika. Pepper I think in English is paprika. Viera was a master of her craft. She loved playing roles, and the part of Peter's well-mannered, bashful girlfriend, who had never even touched him, was stirring something inside her. The blush on her face wasn't just an act anymore, it was real. Viera, the most powerful vampire and demon of her dark realm, was genuinely embarrassed, like a timid schoolgirl introducing her first boyfriend to her parents. And the truth was, Peter was her first boyfriend. They hadn't touched. Everything Peter has said was technically true. Peter noticed the real blush on Viera's cheeks and didn't dare say a word. He feared that even a whisper might trigger disaster. Well, look at the beauty walking in with our hopeless son, Peter's father joked loudly. Here comes his girlfriend, Viera muttered, her face burning with embarrassment. She scolded herself internally. Dear heavens, what am I saying? I'm walking in with my clumsy kitten like some shy, blushing schoolgirl introducing her first boyfriend to her parents. Viera, get a grip, girl, but it's impossible. She's pretty, well-mannered, funny, a proper woman's son, Peter's father said, practically undressing Viera with his eyes. Quiet, you foolish old man. Show some respect to our guest. She's our son's girlfriend. Peter's mother snapped, clearly unimpressed with her husband's behavior. Peter blushed harder than ever before, wishing he could disappear. Viera, flustered by the compliments, turned even redder and found herself speechless. Then suddenly she blurted out, "That's quite all right." And she couldn't think of a single word to add. Viera was too shy to touch Peter in front of his parents. Her bashfulness, timidity, and the blush on her cheeks completely overtook her. It was the power of love. Viera revealed her true feelings for Peter right there in front of his family. Fortunately, her spontaneous honesty won over parents. Blushing deeply, Viera accepted compliments from Peter's father, while his mother quickly became her close friend. Viera, you're such a perfectly made young lady. Our son made a great choice. You'll be a wonderful wife. So, when's the wedding? Kids and all? Peter's father flirted playfully. When I feel like it, sir. Viera replied, blushing even harder as she realized she'd just blurted out something ridiculous. Oh, leave her be. Such a sweet girl, so well-mannered. So when's the wedding? Peter's mother scolded her husband and then turned to Viera with the same question. When he behaves, I'll give him everything he wants. Viera said, truthfully, only realizing too late that she was openly expressing her desires and feelings for Peter in front of his parents. Her cheeks flushed instantly. Peter blushed too, watching Viera nervously grab his hands, seeking comfort and protection. She couldn't take her eyes off him. They're so sweet, Peter's mother said dreamily, until reality hit, and she turned to her husband with a sharp glare that said, "Forget it, you old fool." Peter couldn't believe what he was seeing. Viera was quiet, shy, and hardworking. She wanted to help him in every way she could. Peter was overjoyed and red-faced, watching Viera cook for him, clean the house, do laundry, and work in the field, all to impress him. His parents were very pleased, until they saw the truth. Viera transformed into a bat to wash the curtains, controlled the entire household with her mind, and blushing like a red pepper or paprika in Slovak, revealed her true nature. A hungry vampire roamed to Peter's irresistible neck. Vampire! Help! What kind of sorcery is this? People, save us! Peter's father screamed in terror. She's a vampire, dear. She's completely taken over our idiot son. She just wanted to have fun. Son, you've done it again, Peter's mother cried, ready to attack with a wooden stake and holy water. Overwhelmed by emotion, Viera began to sob. She realized she had ruined her introduction to Peter's parents. Just as his mother raised the stake, Viera pleaded, not for herself, but for Peter. Please, do whatever you want to me, but I truly love Peter. Have mercy on him. Maybe I tease him sometimes. Maybe I play games to make him jealous. And yes, I love bossing him around. But Peter is innocent. Destroy me if you must. But I'll sacrifice myself because I love him. She wept, cheeks burning, tears streaming down her face. Yes, Viera is a vampire, dark, dangerous, maybe even a monster, but to me she's a beautiful vampire and I love her. Peter shouted, standing between his parents and Viera. You won't get past me. I won't let you hurt my girlfriend. Viera clung to him, trembling with fear. Son, step aside. That witch is controlling your mind. She wants to use you and drain your blood. Step back, his father yelled, gripping the stake. That's not true. I love your son passionately. Can you see that? Please, have mercy. I'd give my life for him. I'm saying nonsense because I love him so much. You can't hurt me. Those are just old wives' tales. That stake and holy water. Viera cried, shielding Peter with her body. Her romantic devotion made a deep impression. In the end, Peter's parents were moved, especially when they saw how firmly Viera kept their son in line. You clumsy fool, that's not how you wash your hands. You're embarrassing me in front of your future in-laws. What will they think? That I thought you nothing? Viera shouted at Peter, horrified by his hand-washing technique. She'll make a fine bride. Like a fine wine. Peter's mother beamed. Finally, someone will teach my hopeless son some manners. She's one of a kind, Peter's father added proudly. She rules an entire dark realm, as she admitted. Excellent choice. Thank you, Daddy and Mommy, Viera said, blushing deeply. You really know how to make a powerful vampire feel shy. Viera had built a perfect relationship with Peter's parents. So, darling, Peter's father asked eagerly, when will you turn him into a vampire? Quiet, you old fool. Don't mind him, sweetheart, Peter's mother said sharply, giving her husband a stern look. Well, actually, that's a good question, she added, turning to Viera. When will you turn him? When I feel like it, Viera replied, blushing again as she held Peter's hand romantically. Peter, red-faced and speechless, didn't know what to say. The end. That was a reading. The pronunciation was very hard to me, but okay. I just finished the reading of my chapter 2 of my second book of my novel, Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's a comedy, it's a wild comedy, As you can see, were funny dialogues that are funny for me. I like my new story because it's funny, it's good. As I can see, I can close this file with my chapter 2, and I can end this episode because I've been streaming for 35 minutes, and that's it. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Follow me if you like my content, but if not, you don't need to watch me and be angry of me, because it's my hobby, it's my business. People do not care about me because I like learning English. I like doing my podcast, and I like writing my own English novel that is Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. I can end this episode, and I want to end this episode because I'm tired, because at first I was writing chapter 2 and of my second book of my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. Then I have done it. I have written it for 3 hours, and now I was streaming and recording my chapter 2, and I've been streaming and recording for 46 minutes, and that's it. I'm tired, and that's it. I can end this episode, and I want to end this episode. And how to end it? I can simply tell you bye bye, and I want to tell you bye bye. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I want to tell you bye bye.